Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. So we will read verse 40 from Vilapa Kusumanjali. O Devi, goddess, when will I decorate your teeth with reddish lines, making them look just like pearls with lines of ruby on them? I will repeat. O Devi, goddess, when will I decorate your teeth with reddish lines, making them look just like pearls with the lines of ruby on them? Commentary by Anantadas Babaji. The stream of Sri Raghunatha's transcendental vision flows on. This time, he serves Swamini's row of teeth, telling, O goddess, when will I decorate your teeth with the reddish lines, making them look just like pearls with the lines of ruby on them? Sri Raghunatha's heart is filled with amazing eagerness to serve his Swaminiji. Just as food doesn't taste sweet when one is not hungry, the flavor of devotional service is not astonishing when there is no eagerness in devotee's heart. So Baba is emphasizing here again and again and again the crucial substance of devotion, especially spontaneous devotional service. And this is the eagerness, lobha. Like only necessary qualification for devotee and all other qualifications can be present, but they are not important at all. Eagerness is something which is coming from the soul, and this kind of eagerness is not something which we can learn, which we can practice and become expert. This kind of eagerness is coming from the heart of those devotees who has this kind of strong, burning eagerness for devotional service, especially exclusive devotional service to Radhika. So by reading, by listening, by talking, remembering the words of Raghunath, we sadhakas, beginners, we are opening our hearts to receive eagerness from Rasik devotees, hoping that one day, or maybe we can say in one moment also, the waves of their eagerness will completely splash our all consciousness, heart, existence, all our spiritual identity. And Raghunath Das Goswami here is perfect example for this. This is the way how he is living, and this is the way how he is serving Radhika. For that, he is the Prayojana Guru, the person who can bring devotees to their ultimate goal, lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And the first sentence here, Baba is saying, the stream of Raghunath's transcendental visions flows on. So it's not just the spark of vision which is coming to him. It's a river, strong stream of different transcendental visions which are constantly are coming and going and coming and going and flowing through all his existence. And Baba is saying that Raghunath's heart is filled with amazing eagerness. Why he's saying amazing? It's not because it's not ordinary eagerness. It's not eagerness which is coming from the modes of nature, especially not from the rajogun, modes of passion. When eagerness comes from the modes of passion, then the person is still on the bodily consciousness of life. And this kind of eagerness from the passion is not helping him to elevate his consciousness to the level of soul consciousness. Because he's trying, why it's happening? Yeah, this is the question. Why it's happening like this? Because he's trying by his own endeavor and activities to provoke this kind of eagerness. He heard that eagerness is important, but still sadhaka in the beginning stage doesn't understand that this kind of eagerness has to be awakened from the soul. And the eagerness which is coming from the soul is not his own achievement. This eagerness, amazing eagerness, like Baba is saying here, is fruit of kripa of Rasik devotee. And then Baba is giving example about the food, which can be tasty, and to whom is tasty, and the food, same food, which is not so tasteful for some other person. And he is giving example that someone who is hungry, really hungry, whatever food he received, in whichever quantity he received, he will relish this food. He will not say, I need more salt, I need more masala, I need more spices, or this or that. He just wants to eat and to solve his problem of hungry. So the same is going with devotee who really has spiritual eagerness, not passionate eagerness, rajogun eagerness, but Shuddha Sattva eagerness. This kind of eagerness is transcendental, and the symptom of appearance in the heart of devotee of that eagerness is that he is becoming more eager, his heart becomes softer and softer. All good qualities like humility, absence of pride, actually are appearing in that person. Why it's going like this? Because he received through the kripa this eagerness from the heart of person who already have this eagerness. And immediately, what does it mean? That through this eagerness from the heart of Rasik devotees, he received all good transcendental qualities. Humility which is appearing in his heart, compassion which is appearing in the heart of such devotee, is actually qualities which are coming from the heart of pure Rasik Premika devotee. It cannot be attained by good training, by good, practice, learning. No. Only through the causeless kripa it can be attained. So, when this kind of eagerness appears, then devotee feels strong thirst. He feels hungry for more and more and more. And he is never saturated because his heart is transforming. His heart becomes soft and slowly starts to melt. So we have opportunity here that through the Shravanam, listening, the words and prayers which are coming from the already melted heart of Raghunath, our beloved Gurudev, Anantadas Babaji. We have opportunity to expose ourselves openly, without hidden motives, and try to receive as much they will give us. And our hope is that such great personalities are actually full of compassion, because the heart of someone who is melting because of love, pure love, and also pure, causeless compassion. Just as the food, I will repeat what Baba was speaking, just as the food doesn't taste sweet when one is not hungry, the flavor of devotional service is not astonishing when there is no eagerness in devotee's heart. Astonishment and eagerness are going together, hand by hand. The more eagerness is present, spiritual eagerness from deep core of the heart and soul, astonishment automatically appears. And the more astonishment appears, eagerness is increasing. So Gurudev, would you be so kind to tell us a little bit about these connections of amazing eagerness and amazing
only
astonishment?
what you're saying, eagerness only coming by the Mahajan association. And this is the fact. No voice?
Yes, Gurudev, we hear you. A little disturbance, but it's okay.
Without association and without listening and without the vibe of their receiving, eagerness not coming. This vibe is also important. Listening is also important. And then we start flowing in that mercy of their realization. That then is surprising. I start feeling and I believing, then I come out Jiva Vichar. That is Jiva Vichar. You will not, our Jiva Vichar not possible. Sadhak Deha is catching us. Greed is very important. This Narayan Maharaj is also always telling about hidden path of greed, greed, greed. So this is all mercy of Mahajan who was eager and they received. Everything is there, they see only our eagerness. Beautiful, beautiful experience.
So Baba is continuing now how Swamini actually is response to Raghunath's amazing eagerness.
Wow.
Swamini stood behind Raghunath to relish the sweetness of his eager and earnest devotion. She didn't show herself in front of him. The Lord, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, is said, the Lord enjoys the eagerness of his devotees. Krishna is astonished when he sees the devotees' loving transformations. Even Krishna cannot find the limit to their loving ecstasy. What to speak of ordinary living beings?
Open this phone, this line with hotspot.
Even Krishna cannot find the limit of the loving ecstasies and loving transformations of devotees. What to speak of ordinary living beings? Who can understand, we can say, who can understand someone who is on the bhava level? His behavior, his activities. Who can understand premika devotee? We will always misunderstood them. And it's very difficult to recognize their spirituality and their real spiritual level. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying actually in Chaitanya Charitamrita somewhere, no one can understand activities and behavior of Premika Bhakti. So to understand devotee who is very elevated, it requires that we should be also on that level. Otherwise, it's very easy to make mistakes and completely come to the wrong conclusions. Because sadhakas, neophytes, they cannot catch that level. But if they are humble and they don't want to be under the strong influence of false ego, they can receive the kripa and sufficient spiritual intelligence. And by that, and through that, slowly, they will understand activities of this kind of devotees. And we can see here Krishna or Radhika are astonished with their love, with their eagerness, with their behavior, with their sweet devotional service. They cannot find the limit of their loving ecstasy. So what does it mean? That actually as devotee is relishing his or her sweet devotional service to Yugala Kishore, also Radhika and Mohan are relishing his devotional service. And they are becoming eager to receive this service. Because by receiving this service, they are reciprocate, they are answering to the loving devotee. So eagerness is present in the hearts of both sides, on the side of devotee and on the side of Ishtadev, in this case, Radhika. She is eager to witness the eagerness of her beloved devotee. And she is hiding. She doesn't want to appear immediately because she wants to see how this eagerness is increasing in the heart of devotees. Because by looking and witnessing intensity of his eagerness, her own eagerness, Radhika's own eagerness, is becoming more intense and more intense and more intense. And this is the art of mutual love. And this is possible only on the realm of pure transcendental love without any motivations, hidden desires, nothing. Only pure transcendental love without any motives. Then love and relationship can be sweetly exchanged. And we see here how Baba is giving this example, how Radhika is standing behind, not in front of him, behind him, and witnessing Raghunath's eagerness. And this kind of eagerness and crying and tears from Raghunath brings her the greatest pleasure. So when devotee is chanting, when devotee is practicing any anga of devotional life, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, or is doing in his daily life, he actually has opportunity to give the pleasure to his beloved Ishtadev. This is the art of exchange of love. And this is the very sublime consciousness of the person. If someone wants to share, please be so kind and just interrupt me, because it will be very nice. I cannot see everyone. Gurudev, you are occupied. You want to tell us a little bit more about this exchange of mutual love between Radhika or Ishtadev and devotee, that Radhika is witnessing this intense, amazing eagerness in the heart of devotee, and she is also relishing this. But she doesn't want to appear immediately. She's standing behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I cannot. My mind was diverted, so I no understand that. But eagerness without her mercy not come. Manas, Rasika's mercy also is eagerness. Radhika mercy is also eagerness. And Krishna surprised by seeing the eagerness. He creates many difficulties in our life, many material circumstances, and then we make eagerness and find out the way for that. He surprised. Krishna surprised. Maya is not catching. So eagerness is there. My influence not catching him. Radhika influence is more powerful. He surprised of the devotees. And Radhika eagerness is the most highest. What makes surprise to Krishna? So both is surprising. When we mercy, eagerness is coming from the saintly mercy, person, mercy, then it happens similar like Radhika to us also, more and more intensely.
It means that it is astonishing for both sides.
Both sides. And we surprise how it happens, how mercy we receive. Then we remember Guru Kripa.
Yeah.
This is Guru Kripa, that he created all circumstances in my life. I can associate with Rasika or my material people, but his mercy that I have a good circle in my life. No disturbance. Some disturbance come, but it's solved immediately. A problem. Others think that they have problem, but they don't feel any problem.
This is possible only when this exchange of pure love, transcendental love, is constantly streaming.
That is Anurag.
Anurag. Yeah. So
First Rag, first one-way love, then Anuraga happening, both sides love.
yeah.
Rag to Anurag also eagerness necessary to move from Rag to Anurag.
Yeah.
And this mercy comes from her side with first, then we move. Her mercy is very hierarchical. Guru mercy automatic first coming.
And for me, it's very always amazing when you are talking that this kind of special mercy, no one knows when it will come, how it will come, to whom will come.
That the moment is the realization. Then when it starts flowing like anything.
Yeah. So all our practice is actually waiting and preparing for that moment.
Eagerness.
This is the light in the heart, which suddenly illuminate the heart.
Yes.
From the hearts of illuminated persons.
Yes.
Baba is continuing. Therefore, Swamini increases the ocean of Raghunath's prema by making him more eager.
That Swamini is making. Swamini is making. But from her side, first coming. Swamini is making more.
Yeah. So Sri Raghunath's heart is very eager to attain the personal service of Sri Radha's lotus feet by crying in a heart-rending way for Swamini. He caused Sri Rupa Goswami's heart to melt.
Wow.
By crying for devotional service of Radhika, his guru felt how his own heart is melting because of disciples crying, eager cries. And therefore, Baba is continuing now, therefore Sri Rupa Goswami ended his Dana Keli Kaumudi with the following prayer: for Raghunatha's sake, O Madhava, he is addressing Krishna, O Madhava, my friend Raghunathas has given up all other activities and is now living in a cottage on the bank of Radhakunda, very anxious to exclusively serve you and Sri Radhika. You always cast your merciful glance on those who live in Vrindavan,
Yeah.
and you fulfill all their desires. So please make the tree of his, Raghunatha's, aspirations bear fruit very soon. Rupa is praying to Krishna. Please make the tree of his aspirations bear fruit soon. He is cultivating a tree. First he cultivated the seed, then he cultivated the plant, vine of devotion, which grow up in the tree, very strong, deeply rooted tree, and blossoms with the flower. But here Rupa is praying that this tree finally brings the fruits of all his devotional eagerness. Bring. Beautiful, good. So this is the role of Guru in the life of every disciple.
Yeah.
And who thinks that I can do it alone, I'm sorry, this is the greatest foolishness.
Foolish.
Complete. I will continue. In this Vilapa Kusumanjali, Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami offers flower-like lamentations at Srimati's lotus feet and renders loving devotional service to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
With love-steeped minds and eyes, Raganuga devotees should see and relish the picture drawn with bhava of the intense suffering the maidservant goes through day and night when she is separated from her beloved mistress. I will repeat it again because it's directed to us sadhakas. With love-steeped minds and eyes, Raganuga devotees, Raganuga sadhaka devotee, should see and relish the picture drawn with bhava of intense suffering the maidservant goes through day and night when she is separated from her beloved mistress. So Baba is giving here very important instruction and advice for Raganuga devotees in the mood of Manjari Bhav. And he's saying that this kind of sadhakas should see and relish this picture which is drawn, which is painted with bhava. What is this picture? These pictures are realizations of Rasik devotees. This is the real painting. And when Sadhaka Raganuga devotees is relishing their words, their realizations full with bhavas, they will understand how much suffering maidservant goes through day and night. If we don't catch the feeling of Raghunath who is suffering for Radharani, then we are missing the point. Or maybe we are ignoring his suffering. Because of bodily consciousness, we don't like any kind of suffering. But meditation on Raghunath's suffering is melting the heart and changing the heart. This is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti in Manjari Bhav mood. And it's not easy. Honestly to say, it's not easy. Because we should overcome many blockages which are coming from wrong conceptions, wrong ideas, wrong logic, and all these things are coming from wrong identification. So to be tuned with Raghunath's heart takes little time, because this is progression of spiritual life in which many transformations has to happen. Transformations. How much relish and how many hundreds of different moods are revealed in these lamentations of separation. This can be learned from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lamentations in Gabira pastimes. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya 17 chapter, it said, while Mahaprabhu lamented in this way, agitation and ecstasy awoke in his heart, and he couldn't find any support or hold in his mind. Different ecstasies, like eagerness, lamentation, fear, attention, complacency, and remembrance, met in his heart. Different ecstasies. Eagerness is ecstasy, but lamentation is also ecstasy. And fear is also ecstasy. And different emotions which are coming and going, when they are supported with prem, then they are ecstasies. Baba is explaining now. It was in the ecstasy of Sri Radha that all these Sanchari Bhavas arose in the heart of the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Bhava Nidhi, the ocean of transcendental ecstasies. So this difference, I will give just a hint so that we can follow. These different kinds of emotions which are appears and disappears are passing emotions. Sanchari, Vyabhichari, it means passing. It's coming and going. These kind of emotions are helping a person to increase more and more her or his own love. This kind of bhavas are the unavoidable part of rasa. These emotions which are coming and going, passing emotions, are churning the nectar of rasa. And sometimes they are clashing with each other. And when the prema is present in the heart of person, then this kind of emotions which are coming and going, this is sanchari, coming, going, are actually bring person to enormous spiritual ecstasy. And our acharyas are explaining that this kind of very sensitive emotions which are coming and going, sancharis, they're like a small waves on the big waves. You know, we know usually, and we are talking about the waves on the ocean or waves of the emotions which are coming from Radhika. But those persons who are living on the coast and they know the ocean, how it looks like and what's going on, they know that on each wave, big wave, is situated many small waves. And these small waves are making the big wave even more beautiful. And when the ocean is splashed with these big waves and the small waves on the big waves, then Bhavanidhi, this ocean of emotions, of ecstasy, cannot be compared with anything. So I just wanted to give you this example of these transitory or passing emotions, Sanchari Bhavas. And if you ask which kind of emotions are that, here is mentioned just few of them. But Rupa Goswami is mentioning more than 40 different kinds of restlessness, jealousy, then sometimes fear, sometimes disappointment, suffering, all these kinds of emotions, when they are based on loving, pure relationship, are intensifying. They are intensifying relationship. Guru is laughing now. What we should some inner jokes you want to share with us, or it's a passing emotion. These jokes are passing emotions. All right.
My dad is, so I'm trying to be strong. In ecstasy, he is in sick. He's so much ecstasy. He is reading this 1 hour before.
Really?
So in ecstasy always.
So what should we do?
When you are explaining, it becomes more beautiful.
At least I give the pleasure to one person, Guru.
We are also in ecstasy.
Because this is really ecstasy.
This is really ecstasy.
This is real ecstasy. There is no other ecstasy. If we just enter in this ocean of ecstasy, then we will be splashed with all these different emotions, which can bring us on completely another level. Just forget this bodily consciousness and everything that's going on with this false ego, ugly false ego.
Right. And we have to prepare how to come out from the false ego. We have to make some trick by greed that we come out from the false ego and live in our real constitutional position. That is the mercy of Mahajans.
So this is the only way.
Only way.
So this is also called Bhava Shabalya, or clashing of different contradicting emotions. Just as a vision of Krishna appeared in his mind, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mind, the strong eagerness to attain him conquered all other feelings and took place like a king on the throne of a Lord's heart. Just as the vision of Krishna appeared in his mind, the strong eagerness to attain him conquered all other feelings and took a place like a king on the throne of Lord's heart. Strong eagerness becomes this king which sits on the throne of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart. So we see how eagerness is becoming king in the throne of devotee's heart. Without this eagerness, there is no throne, there is no king, there is no love, there is nothing. There is no spiritual life. But when strong eagerness sits on the throne of the heart, then all other feelings are conquered. All other desires are vanishing. All perceptions of false ego, materialistic consciousness, becoming conquered. Like Dayanidiji said, there is no other way. I will jump a little bit over. Because Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami is receiver of Mahaprabhu's full grace, different waves of bhava, headed by eagerness, are seen to arise in him also. In Transcendental Vision, Sri Raghunatha Das says, Devi, Tulsi, sees how much Srimati's sweetness increases because she awoke the remembrance of the Lila Rasa in her heart while putting musk drop on her chin, and hence she calls her Devi. Devi means effulgent and most beautiful girl. Tulsi will now draw a red line on Swamini's feet. Shri Radhika sits on a golden seat and extends her matchless bodily luster. Tulsi holds her left hand on Srimati's head and slightly lifts her moon-like face. Holding a brush in her right hand, Tulasi makes red lines on Srimati's white feet with deep concentration and saying, your feet are just like pomegranate seeds that will attract the parrot from Vrindavan. Their bright effulgence will destroy the darkness of his lonely despair. Seeing the red lines on Srimati's teeth, Tulasi is astonished and says, aha, how beautiful your teeth are. They look just like pearls with the lines of ruby on them. They will act just to increase the greed of the parrot from Vrindavan. If he can enjoy this, then all my endeavors are successful. When Swamini hears Tulasi's words, she imagines that Mohan is sitting at her feet, praying to her in a great humility and with tear-filled eyes. This prayer of Mohan is described in Gita Govinda. If you say even the slightest thing, the moonlight of your beautiful feet will take away the dense darkness. The nectar of your lips that emanates from your moon-like face pleases my chakora bird like eyes. O beloved, O girl with the beautiful nature, give up your causeless peak or mana. My mind burns in the fire of lust. Please, give me honey drink from your lotus-like face. So we can see here the state of heart of Mohan when he's praying Radhika to just say something, one word, because through speaking one word of Radharani, he can see her feet because she has to open the mouth. And when he sees the feet, immediately desire increases in himself. And he is praying, please give me honey drink from your lotus face, your smile, your pearl-like, white pearl-like teeth, and this especially nice reddish line on your teeth are the honey wine for Mohan. So Mohan knows, for sure he knows, who put it, this reddish line. And only someone who is so close to Radharani and so intimate with Radhika and so expert in the seva of Radhika, he can come so close to Radhika to sit in front of her, taking her with one hand for the chin, and very slowly, with full concentration and love, expertly makes this reddish line on Radharani's pearl-like feet. So Tulasi in that moment is so close to the face of Radharani. She can feel the breath of Radhika. And she is breathing Radhika's breath. And when she is breathing Radhika's breath, amazing, indescribable eagerness increasing even more and more and more in Radharani's maidservant. And all waves of Radhika's emotions through her breath is coming directly to Tulsi and immediately goes in her heart. So meditation of just this short sequence, picture, of how Tulasi makes makeup and finishing all makeup of Radharani's face. So much sevas are done just on the face. Nose pearl, lipstick, dots on the forehead, sindura, eyeliners, earrings. You see, half of Vilapa Kusumanjali is describing the service of the face of Sri Radhika. Who can speak? Who can write about this? Only those who has direct realizations. Only those who has direct visions. And we need their mercy. And they're helping us. Neophytes. Just that through thinking and remembering how they are expertly serve Radharani, that we sadhakas develop slowly and surely our own bhava like Radharani's maidservant. It's such a beautiful scene. We can meditate on this scene so many days. In the bus, in the taxi, in the work, on the job. We don't have to be in the cave. Just sit in the taxi when you are going on your job and think how Raghunath is putting the line on Radharani's white, like pearls feet. Baba is continuing. Tulasi's prattling crystallizes Mohan before Swami. Wow. Tulasi's prattling, loving words, sweet words, crystallize Mohan before Swami. This is the perfect symptom of someone who has kata, who is talking, that to attentive listeners, he or she crystallize the subject. For that reason, we desperately need to listen through the pure mouths and pure hearts of pure Rasik devotees. Because they have this strength, this power, this Shakti, we can say, to crystallize what they saw, what they experienced. And if we just catch one drop of their experience and hold it, deeply hold it in the heart and the mind, then we can say that we are practicing a bhajan, even in a daily life. Gurudev was talking many times about this bhajana kriya. When they are combined together, activities, but deeply inside of the heart and consciousness is stream of bhajan, then this is a bhajan kriya. This kind of bhajan kriya develops taste, develops attachment, calling for the mercy. So this is the way of practice. I don't know for other practice. I'm useless for austerities in other practice. Aha, how beautiful are your feet. They look just the pearls with the lines of ruby on them. All these endeavors are made to increase the greed of the Mohan parrot. When he can relish this, all my endeavors have become worthwhile. This is the way how Manjari is serving Krishna. by putting the red line on Radharani's teeth. Because they know when Radhika's lover sees this reddish line, her beautiful teeth, and her beautiful smile, then he will be pleased. And this is the way how Radharani's maid servant, Kinkaris, especially Kinkaris, Rupanuga devotees, are serving also Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Baba is continuing 11 canto, 16 chapter, verse 30. Krishna is talking to Uddhava. Of all gems, I am the ruby. Of all gems, I am the ruby. In this way, Krishna always resides on Radhika's pearl-like feet. So I remember many times when Gurudev was talking about Sindura, reddish Sindura, he said, this is Krishna. Yes, Radhika's anurag, but this is also Krishna. When drop mask is on the chin, this mask is also Krishna. But we need more mercy to enter into these deep secrets, which is still, maybe for some of us, like me, is still closed. The beauty of this peerless service must be learned from the Goswamis. It is the service of Mahabhava and must be understood through Mahabhava. I will repeat and I will ask Gurudev if he can just a little elaborate this. The beauty of this service must be learned from Goswamis. It is the service of Mahabhava and must be understood through Mahabhava.
Yeah. Mahabhava. And our life, no bhava. Without mercy of Mahabhava, how I will get some drop of the bhava in our pure power, some drop. So this is all mercy of Mahabhava. By Rasika, I know you. By your mercy, I can come close to you. And this greed is changing like this. What is explain more?
No, Gurudev, you explain. We should meditate on your explanation.
No, explain more.
It is service of Mahabhava and must be understood through Mahabhava. Everything is clear. But where are the insignificant living entities? And where is that Mahabhava, the essence of love of God? But now, in this particular age of Kali, the afflicted souls have become so fortunate to enter into this kingdom of Mahabhava, which is otherwise difficult to access by the special mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where is the insignificant living entity? Where is the Jiva Bada? And where is Mahabhava?
You see, Bada Jiva, so
Jiva,
far.
yeah. But amazing thing happened that through appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is impossible can become possible. That Jiva Bada, Jiva Shakti, originally is Jiva Shakti, can transform existence and become Mahabhava. Because everything what comes in the touch with Mahabhava immediately can be transformed, become Mahabhava. Yeah. And this is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And actually, this is the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Because her heart, her all existence is melting out of compassion.
What I feel, or what I understand, Without Radhika mercy, nothing can pass through. Krishna requests to Radhika to come as a Mahaprabhu. And he wants to serve to Radhika and show to others. But after that, we follow Mahaprabhu, but we don't understand this rahasya of Mahaprabhu. I see many Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they are very far from Mahabhav because they think that Sanchari Bhav with Krishna is Radhika and Asthai Bhav with Krishna will work. This is the nature, many nature when I was traveling outside of Vrindavan, I see in Vilapa Kusumanjali is written that only in the Vrindavan, who is living in Vrindavan, who is living in this mood, they can realize it. Without that, it's not easy to realize in Braja mood. To understand Mahabhav, we need Mahaprabhu mercy, who is always living in the Braja mood.
But what to do, Gurudev? Living entity who is conditioned is very slow in progression.
We want to not live our material existence. Right?
Yeah.
So Krishna is okay. There is not much to do there. Radhika, many things to do.
Mercy is here. Opportunity is here. Good fortune is here. All favorable circumstances are here.
Greed has to be.
Yeah. And this greed is a sign of kripa.
That's the point.
Beg, borrow, steal.
Yes.
There is no other way.
No, yeah.
Because we read, Gurudev, how Rupa Goswami, with his crying to Radhika, melted the heart of Rupa Goswami. And this melting the heart, he actually stole the heart of Rupa Goswami. This is the stealing. Stealing means steal the heart of Rasik devotee. That his heart melts. And that he starts to pray to Radhika, or by his own will, please help this foolish conditioned soul.
Right.
This is the stealing, perfection of stealing.
Yeah.
How to steal the heart with heart, not with false ego. So, what is the time? Okay, we can continue a little bit more, or we can stop, Gurudev, as you like.
Oh, no, 6 is on.
Okay. So where are the insignificant living entities, and where is this Mahabhav, the essence of love of God? But now, in this particular age of Kali, the afflicted souls have become so fortunate to enter into this kingdom of Mahabhav, which is otherwise difficult of access by the special mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being empowered by Mahaprabhu, the Goswamis have revealed this kingdom. And the only way to get the great fortune of relishing Swamini's devotional service is to follow in their footsteps. Rasa can only be understood through personal experience, and it can only be attained by the mercy of Rasik devotees. Desired Lila Katha talks about Radha and Krishna's pastimes cannot be done with other than with Rasik devotees. Even the Lord himself is very greedy to taste these topics with the rasic devotees. I will read this part again, Gurudev. Rasa can only be understood through personal experience.
Wow.
And it can only be attained by the mercy of rasic devotees.
Wow.
We can talk about rasa, we can read about rasa, but our own personal experience is absolutely mandatory, necessary. Otherwise, who can describe the rasa? It's not possible. How we can explain the pure feelings of Mahabhav, Anurag, Madanakya Mahabhav? We are trying, we are doing something. But it's not possible to explain prema. It's not possible even to explain bhava.
You have to feel it. Right?
We have to feel it and realize it.
And this is great Ahit ki kripa of Anandas Babaji that make the poem song is song. There's no words, you can miss it.
Yes. This is Manjari Gita. This is Manjari Gita. We don't care for Gopi Gita. Manjari Gita is Vilapa. Desired Lila Katha talks about Radha and Krishna's pastimes cannot be done with others than with rasic devotees. Even the Lord himself is very greedy to taste these topics with the rasic devotees.
Wow.
Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita told Sri Ramananda Rai, you and I will stay together at Puri and blissfully spend the time speaking about Krishna. We should recognize the mood. He is talking to Ramananda Rai. You and I will stay together at Puri and blissfully spend the time speaking about Krishna.
Who is talking? That
We have to feel it.
I understand.
Acharyas are extraordinary knowers of rasa, and by associating with their Vani words, one associates with them directly. I will repeat it because we have to have a shraddha in these words. Acharyas are extraordinary, not ordinary, extraordinary knowers of rasa. And by associating with their Vani words, one associates with them directly. Their Mahavanis, which are Mahabhava actually words, they are touching our hearts. And our hearts, whatever comes in contact with Mahabhava, becomes Mahabhava. So when we are listening with open hearts, with full attention, the words of Mahabhava, we sadhakas have opportunity to come in the contact with Mahabhava.
Wow.
And this is direct association for sadhaka devotees. And this is why we need to listen about rasa only for rasic devotees in our own bhav.
Yeah.
Relishing their sweet words in the company of like-minded, saintly, rasic devotees is both the means, the way, and the goal. Relishing their sweet, rasic devotees, acharyas, sweet words in the company of like-minded, saintly, rasic devotees is the way and the goal. Now Baba is mentioning Bhagavad Gita 6:10. It's amazing how he is mixing, actually, about the yogis and Lord who is talking about the yogis. The yogi always remains alone with himself in a lonely place, controlling his senses and his mind, free from desires and not taking anything for himself. This is the description of the yogi. He wants to be alone on the lonely place, peaceful place, controlling his senses and his mind, free from desires and not taking anything for himself. In the Sankhya Darshana, there is a verse which is saying, when you live with many people together, anger and conflicts will arise. When you live with many people together, anger and conflicts will arise naturally. And the resultant quarrel will ruin your yoga practice. Just as a maiden's girl's bangles will always jingle as long as she moves her hands and as long as she wears even more than one bangle on each wrist. So living with many people, for sure, we put and make different situations of conflicts which will arise in a quarrels, and it will ruin yoga practice of yogi. But when the Lord discussed devotional practice of his devotees, he says in Bhagavad Gita 10:9, my devotees have given their minds and their hearts to me. They converse, they talk about me with each other and always enlighten each other. This keeps them very happy and satisfied.
Wow.
Example of yogi and example of devotee.
Wow.
And how much wrong conceptions we, like persons who are attempting to become devotees, have, because we have yogi samskaras. But here we can see the difference. When someone is devotee, he gives the mind and hearts. It means establish loving relationship.
Wow.
Then, when this kind of people, these like-minded devotees, are talking, they are always enlightening each other. And this keeps them happy and satisfied. Tulasi is the embodiment of deep love and attachment, and she is immersed in the flavors of devotional service of Mahabhava Mai Radhika. So first yogi, then Krishna devotee, and now third one is Tulasi, like Radharani's maidservant. Tulasi is the embodiment of deep love and affection, and she is immersed in the flavors of devotional service of Mahabhava Mai Radhika. Radhika's Manjari is always like a shadow following Radhika. She cannot...
Again, like...
Yes, Gurudev. Tulasi is the embodiment of deep love and affection, and she is immersed in flavors of devotional service of Mahabhava Mai Radhika. She is embodiment of deep love and affection, because Radhika is embodiment of deep love and affection. And all qualities from Swaminiji are infused in Tulasi's heart and identity. She is made, Tulasi is also made from deep love and affection. And because of that, she is immersed, Baba is saying, in the flavors of devotional service of Mahabhava Mai Radhika. Flavors. It's not one flavor which is present in Mahabhava Mai Radhika. unlimited flavors. So in the same manner, Tulasi is immersed in these flavors of different, unlimited devotional services. She is immersed in this Mahabhava ocean, and because of that, she can serve Mahabhava Mai Radhika. And no one else can serve so expertly, lovingly, Srimati Radharani. This is the confirmation, Gurudev, which Baba was talking. If it is the service of Mahabhava and must be understood through Mahabhava. And Manjari Bhav, Manjari form, Bhava Deha, is the form of Mahabhava in the shape of Bud. So we will stop here because suddenly the vision vanishes and Sri Raghunatha anxiously prays. O Devi, Goddess, when will I decorate your teeth with reddish lines, making them look just like pearls with the lines of ruby on them?
Oh. In the jewel, Krishna is the ruby.
For meditation. Not necessary to elaborate everything.
Yeah.
Gurudev, thank you very much. You have been so sweet and loving and merciful to all of us. I'm sorry for my mistakes. And
I'm sorry for many people come and disturb me. What to do?
no, Gurudev, yogi is disturbed. Devotee is never disturbed.
Come, yogi, these days.
You are giving us example. You know that we cannot be yogis. We should flow in every circumstances like devotees, like you are flowing.
Yeah.
And you are giving perfect example, Gurudev.
Yeah.
Radhe Radhe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danidhi, Prem Darshan, for serving Gurudev so nicely. Ananta Vasudev is coming, Gurudev, soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arey bhai,
Yes.
Sanatan wife today reading in English.
Really?
She is so nicely reading.
Wow.
I never listen anyone because she is reading with the action of the feeling.
Wow. This is very nice.
Class is wonderful. She is. Her action and talks was so
Sweet.
very, very perfect for that words.
Wow.
My face action is changing in that way. Wow, it's giving the feeling of the words.
Yeah, this is.
If she has a time, one day you also invite her for Croatian class.
Perfectly, Gurudev. I couldn't find anyone. This is the reason why I was reading.
I recommend you because of that.
Yeah.
Because then you can explain more.
Very nice.
Beautifully she is talking. I was surprised to listen.
On Russian Zoom, yeah.
Russian too, today.
Yes.
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Gurudev.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda